So from all of us here at Premier Orthopedic Associates, best of luck this season. Stay safe, be well, and while we hope we don't see any of you anytime soon, we're here for you if you should need us. Enjoy the game.
Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, please stand and honor our flag, our country, our service women and men everywhere with the playing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran flare, come bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And our national anthem, and we're not on. So
Test one.
here I'm not on. So anyway, if you can hear us, welcome everybody. We're here at Olma. BFA
Welcome to
Sports
Blue
Numbers.
Ball.
High school basketball number 2 broadcast of the season. We're back here after a game last night. Olma coming into this game now off of their win, and they have another tough test. Vineland is here, the reschedule from Wednesday. Vineland is 3-0, and of course Olma now 1-0.
Yeah, it certainly looks like we're going to have a good one in here today. It's good to be back with you. Back-to-back days, back-to-back games. You got to love it.
What we learned last night was that Olma had put in this new style of play in the offseason, and there's a lot of little moving parts to it, and we're going to go through that during the course of the broadcast. I want to start, though, with probably the most important one is 75 shots must be attempted.
Yeah, there's a whole numbers game in regards to Coach McNeely and his staff and his players as to what they want to do and how they want to handle their efforts on the court. And 75 shots in a game, which is pretty amazing, is one of the number theories and analytical theories, if we should use that term, that's in his repertoire.
Let's talk about last night. Jaden Harris led the team with, I think we had it for, was it 21 points, double digits in rebounds, and a reluctant guest in our post-game show last night. But she did, and she told us, and just like all the other kids, they're having a lot of fun with this new style. Everybody's getting involved. Music playing during the practices. What does that do, Coach, to the morale of the team?
Well, what it does is it allows you to have fun with something new. A lot of people in life and in all kinds of situations aren't necessarily a favorite of change. They're changing something to a style of basketball that, especially on the female side, is not what you're used to seeing. The hardest part about what they're attempting to do is pretty much almost over, and that's the conditioning of it and the preparation for it and the commitment to it and the education of it. However, that's all gone now. They're on the floor, and they're putting this to work and trying to execute it, and it went well for them last night. Certainly looked good.
5 for 5 was the comment a lot last night with regards to the substitutions. There are 15 varsity players that are dressed 15 divided by 3 is 5. That's an awful lot of substitutions.
Well, he played 10 or 11 kids last night. I mean, except for the last 2 minutes, and I think he got everybody in at that point. But he is going to rotate every 2 minutes, 5 for 5. We referred it to an NHL style of changes last night in the NHL, where 5 people come off, 5 people go on, and that's what Coach McNeely and his staff does. Every 2 minutes, they are going to have fresh legs out there, and they're going to continue to bring 2 to the ball defensively and trap every touch. And they're going to look to get out in transition and either lay it in or let the 3 go.
What can you tell us about Vineland?
VHS is 3-0. They have wins over St. Joseph Hamilton last night. They got a win earlier in the week against Bridgeton. Last night they had 4 kids in double digits, 4 young ladies in scoring double-digit points, which is really nice when you like from a team. They're young. It's going to be interesting to see if their youth and inexperience a little bit here falters to Our Lady Mercy Academy style. Vineland starts 4 sophomores and a junior. It'll be a good test for Vineland against an unorthodox style of play, and we'll see if their young ladies from the Vineland Fighting Clan are up for it.
Now, I'm not going to say analytics, but don't forget there are 4 keys. We only went through one of them. The other one is the number of turnovers that are forced. 25 is the goal. 18 Olma got in the first half last night.
Yeah, and when you're bringing 2 to the ball, and it doesn't allow you as an opponent to run your conventional offensive sets, things that you're used to, things that you practice to. The assistant coach from Millville last night, Rochelle Bastien, said we were never able to get into an offensive set. And, that's what this style does, and they're going to look to turn it over, and they certainly did that last night to Millville.
Getting ready to get things started this afternoon here on BFA Sports. Chris Losey, Steve Westcott. As usual, the BFA Sports crew, David Virgilio is here with his brother today. Brian is here, too.
There you go.
Family affair. So as you can see, there is no jump ball. Vineland will get the opening possession on the coin toss. It was a defer option. So right away, Vineland throws it away, and that's turnover number 1.
On cue, partner. On cue.
So what we'll do, we'll get the starters if we can. It's Andrew Dragone who's going to get the ball right there. Sydney Prescott. Let's get the rest of them rounded out for you for Olma. They include Olivia Fiocchi. And on the side, Jaden Harris. And I'm missing one, Drew Coyle, and that's the 5. We'll get the Vineland 5 in the second because there is, as usual, a shot right up. And Olma's going to do that a lot. That's one of the 75, so that's 1.
Yep, we're going to try to keep track for you the best we can.
There's a turnover that gives us a chance to get to the rest of the Vineland guy on the court. All right, so we have Egypt Owens, number 3. Samantha Jones, she wears 15. Number 21, Destiny Wallace. Number 22, Yanelis Alvarez. Number 24 is Skylar Folkus.
And Skylar Folks is the one who just drives to the basket from their right wing, getting all the way to the rim for 2.
In the corner, here we go. First minute of play in BFA. Coyle and Prescott from 3.
Down
got the roll.
Good job. Drew Coyle drew the defender. Defender wanted to help a little bit. That freed Prescott, who was able to receive the pass and knock the 3 down.
And here we go. Another turnover, and then Prescott hits the floor, but it will stay with Vineland.
Sydney Prescott plays so hard. That's not going to be the last time she hits the floor tonight. I can tell you that. Minute 2 into the game here, partner. And
Sophia Sacco comes into the game right away. And I think for Jaden Harris.
3 freshmen into the game. Bernhardt, Palick, and Sacco all into the game. 3 freshmen for Our Lady Mercy Academy.
Underneath, and that getting the roll was Destiny Wallace. 4-3 Vineland early on. And Vineland will get it on that turnover. Samantha Jones with the ball. Underneath, Folks again, missed that. Rebound cleared, and Bernhardt lost it, but they're going to give it to Olma. It was knocked away.
Yep, off of Folks.
Officials this afternoon, Brent Stager, Andrew Challey from the Cape Com group. That's IBO 196 if you're keeping score at home. Sacco driving, contact, no foul. Dragone can't come up with it, and then we've got a foul underneath, and that's going to go against, I think, Vineland.
Yeah, good hustle by Angelina Dragone. Loose ball off the drive to the basket. Obtained it once, couldn't obtain it officially because of the foul.
So the board is not functioning, but we do know there's a minute and a half gone in the game, and it's a 4-3 Vineland lead. Bernhardt with a 3, missed everything. Rebound cleared out to Vineland. Up they come again. There's Samantha Jones, the dish, and the left hand.
Well done.
By Folks.
2-on-1 executed properly by Vineland. Drive all the way to the rim to draw the defender. Good bounce packs, and Folks finishes.
Clan by 6 early on. And they get in the way of that pass and force the turnover, and they bring it back the other way. In the corner, that 3 is off the rim and no good from Samantha Jones, and the ball out of bounds, and Olma will get it. More substitutions for the Villagers as Cindy Prescott comes back into the game. Along with Patitucci. Go ahead.
I failed to comment last night. The other thing that substituting constantly like that does is, especially if you're a man-to-man defensive team playing against Olma, it's hard to match up.
Yep.
Every minute and a half, you have another player like, wait a minute, I just had her, now she's out. And it makes it tough to match up against Our Lady Mercy Cat.
Does it force you to go into a zone?
It can. It could. It takes really good communication on your defensive end to cover Olma and to play a man-to-man. If you have upperclassmen and you're capable of doing it and your defense is that good, then yes, you can man them. But if you can't, then it might force you to go zone, yes.
Egypt Owens with the tie-up with Jaden Harris, the jump ball, but then Harris takes it to the basket for her first 2. 6-5 early on. And an outlet and a break and a left-hander. A wild one from Folks is no good. Underneath they scramble and another jump ball. And guess what? We're going to go to the arrow again. This time Vineland will keep it.
Yeah, you'll get a few of them. A lot of jump ball or possession arrow possessions. Loose balls, the helter-skelter type of trapping defense and offense leads to some loose balls. You'll see some jump balls where we'll have to go to the arrow.
Jones with the inbounds. Tried to penetrate. Folks hits the floor for the Clan and comes away with it with Jones. Egypt Owens then collects out top with Patitucci, and then there goes Sydney Prescott stepping into that pass, and Prescott to the basket. Good defense there by Owens, but she was on the line. Good defense. No foul called.
So for those of you out there watching, what Our Lady Mercy Academy is going to do is send a second player to the ball at all times. On every catch, every possession, whatever it may be, there will be a second player going to trap the ball, and then they anticipate behind it, and they will look to get out and run.
2 on, would you say that yesterday? 2 on the ball, right?
2 on the ball all the time.
Harris.
And it's off of a rebound. The rebound gets doubled.
Patitucci, good effort, then hitting the deck, and they're going to call the foul on Vineland. The call comes from the trail official, and Destiny Wallace, guilty of the foul. That's Vineland's second team foul, and we have more subs as we have the line change.
You liked when I went to this yesterday. That's called 5 for 5.
Absolutely. And you make a great point. I mean, if you're defending that, you can't do. You have either a matchup zone. Is the only thing you could do, right?
I mean, you can play it, man. You just have to communicate properly, and you have to have leadership that's willing to, be a leader and talk out on the floor. But it's tough.
Bernhardt can't track that pass down. Another turnover for the Villagers, and Vineland will get it. 4:44 left first quarter. Just underway tonight, BFA Sports this afternoon. That's the first time I said it. It's not going to be the last time, I assure you. Double team as usual. Samantha Jones is open. Missed that. Folks had a hand on the board. Couldn't control it. Loose ball in the paint. And I believe it is going to be another jump ball. Madison Palick was on the ground for the Villagers. Arrow goes to Olma.
Good hustle by both teams. Willing to get on the floor. Trying to come up with a 50-50 ball. That's so important in this style of basketball. You win the 50-50 balls, you have a really good chance at winning the contest.
That dribble drive, and you can see Vineland doing the same thing, double teaming. Oh, nice look there. And Palick is going to, Sacco's going to go to the line, the dish that came from Bernhardt.
Again, good hustle on the baseline side, able to obtain a loose ball, flip the ball to Sacco. Sacco goes to the rim, can't finish the bucket, but going to the line for 2.
So I guess the counterpoint to this, and for Vineland and what they're doing, Coach Will Breezy said the only way to counter that probably is to slow it down, and it looks like Vineland is doing that when they have an opportunity to do that. 1 out of 2 at the free throw line, and we're tied at 6. Meanwhile, the loose ball is controlled by Bernhardt and kicks out, and another set for the Villagers, and Drew Coyle then draws a foul and goes to the line.
Yeah, Bernhardt did a nice job on the offensive glass of the free throw, able to get the ball out to Palick, rotated one more time to Drew Coyle, who had a gap to penetrate the lane. Penetrated the lane, got fouled on the way to the basket.
Zaria Watkins, guilty of that violent personal.
Oh, partner, they called that on the floor. I thought
Yep.
it was on the shot, but it's on the floor. Possession, Our Lady Mercy Cat.
Sacco to do the inbound. Palick throws it away, and then Bernhardt tried to tie it up, but she's guilty of the foul. That's her first. I think you heard from Madeline's father.
I did.
Yeah.
He called me last night, commented on our production of the game. Owns Tri-City Kitchens.
We want to hear from all of you. We appreciate the feedback. Let us know. Let us know how we're doing, and we're glad that we can put these games on for you so that you can see the kids since you can't be in here in person. Jaden Harris steps into that. Then she throws it away. Egypt Owens taking on Jaden Harris, and she'll go to the line.
Yeah, Jaden Harris, unfortunately, on the steal, was losing her balance, falling out of bounds, and had to get rid of it. In the meantime, Our Lady Mercy Academy is so used to getting out in transition, they all turned to run. Harris had nobody to throw the ball to, so Vineland's going to end up on the line here for 2.
There's a good look at that
Yeah.
cam that we have behind each backboard this afternoon.
Again, a couple of the texts I received, a couple of the phone calls I received last night, everybody commenting on loving this camera angle, and it certainly is a good one.
Owens rattles the second one home. She makes them both. And Vineland has the lead again. By 1, 8-7, Prescott. There's Harris with a turn, and that's that.
Yeah, it's over. When Harris gets the ball there with good body position, she used her frame, accepted to receive the pass, and once she turned, it was gold.
That's something Schuyler folks really should work on defensively, and then there's a bad foul call there on Folks.
And in fairness to folks, the frame that Jaden Harris presents, the strength that she presents, and she has good footwork. She's agile a little bit. She has to be in order to play in the system. So in fairness to folks, that's a tough matchup for her tonight. Jaden Harris is the real deal.
The senior, the team leader, along with Sydney Prescott. Down to 3:20 to go in the first. That's a kick ball.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Vineland's doing an interesting thing here. It looks like they're playing a 1-3-1 against this. And, almost allowing and wanting Olma to get to the ball to the corner so they can go trap in the corner themselves. The 1-3-1 with the 3 across the foul line is taking a little bit of the dribble penetration away, so Olma can't penetrate and kick. And Olma's a little bit confused by it right now.
And then Watkins got a hand on that one. So possession for Olma under the basket. Prescott. Almost at a 5 count. Finds Jaden Harris. And kick out. Open 3. Not even close for Jenna Ryan. And now, ahead of everybody, and 2 more for Vineland from Samantha Jones.
So if I'm not mistaken, I believe that's the 7th 3 already for Our Lady Mercy Academy. They said they wanted 75 shots, half of which were 3s. They've already had 7 3 attempts so far.
And the tie-up is Prescott was able to tie up Egypt Owens. And we have another alternating possession, and this one will probably go to Vineland, or will go to Vineland, and we have another substitution. 5
for 5.
That's the
and
one.
And when you go 5 for 5, does that define wholesale substitution?
It does. No, it's both teams.
Wholesale substitutions.
No, that would be both teams. That's what that would be. Is Yanelis Alvarez is on the board.
One more.
Clan by 3. Coyle with a drive. Nothing called. Dragone hits the deck. And Sammy
Bodies
Jones comes
everywhere.
away with it. She's going to take on Sacco. Missed it. Folks had the rebound. Has to get it off the floor. And there is Bernhardt. And they throw the ball away. But look at the hustle by the Villagers.
All over, everywhere. Bodies everywhere to hustle to obtain the basketball.
.220 first quarter, 12-9. Vineland has it thus far. From the top. That was Watkins' shot off the back of the rim. Then we have a tie-up again. And another alternating possession.
Vineland High School doing a really good job hitting the offensive glass. Madeline Bernhardt ready for the fight right there. Getting the jump ball call, going to the arrow, obtaining a possession for the Villagers.
Palick for 3 is short. Dragone boxed out by Owens. And then we have another tie-up. wonder if, and I want to say this the way I want to say this, but because I just lost my microphone as Olma gets another one.
Yeah, that was Bernhardt going to the basket for 2.
And it's 12-11, but who's counting these shots other than, obviously you've got Tom McCarville on the bench that's counting all of these, but what happens when you're short? Do you want to, does your play change that you want to get to that goal?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think so. I think if this is what you're committing to do and this is the way you're going to commit to play, you're going to try to get to those numbers no matter what happens. You're going to keep subbing, you're going to keep rotating, you're going to keep fresh legs, you're going to keep trapping, you're going to look to run, and you're going to want to knock down shots.
Now, apparently, they put the ball when they shouldn't have.
And what else did Coach McNeely tell us last night? The only mistake you can make in this is not shooting.
That's right.
Right? I mean, he wants shots up. And any way they come, however you can get them.
Foul whistled in the backcourt by Brent Stager. So Vineland will get it. And already that's 5 team fouls for Olma.
Yeah, Prescott's first.
Samantha Jones, I think, got away with the travel there, but then throws the ball away. And one of the 25 turnovers that's targeted.
Yep, and there they go. They're running. That count of turnover count is certainly on the run right now.
Villagers look pretty fresh, though, even though they played last night. And just as I say that, Watkins on the steal, but can't finish. And then Folks gets crashed into, and Prescott's going to get called for the foul.
Yeah, unfortunately for Our Lady Mercy Academy, this might be Prescott's second here, and is. It'll be possession, Vineland high underneath the basket.
Minute and a half left here in the first. Egypt Owens with the drive. Nice
Good pass.
dish.
Good pass. It's a shame that didn't get finished. That was a good look off of a drive by Egypt, though.
Well, there's a steal, and Jones will easily for 2. Vineland is up by 3.
Olma pushing the ball right back.
Air ball on that 3. And then we're going to get a timeout call for Vineland after the floorboard by Zuria Watkins. Today's game is brought to you by Premier Orthopedic Associates, the only premier sponsor of Olma basketball. But they also provide premier orthopedic care you've come to expect, and they'll be there when and if you need them. Many thanks again go out to Dr. Dwyer. You saw his open before. We thank him for all he has done for the program here at Olma. Also brought to you by Toyota of Vineland. Looking for the perfect assist when searching for your next new or used vehicle? Look no further than the courteous and professional sales team at Toyota of Vineland. They'll make your next purchase an easy layup. Call the friendly staff at Toyota of Vineland at 856-559-7690 or visit them online at toyotaofvineland.com. Chris Losey, Steve Westcott, our BFA Sports crew here this afternoon. Olma basketball, and there's the score. Vineland ahead by 3 later in the first quarter.
Yeah, we said at the pregame we thought we'd have a good one in here today, and it certainly looks like it's setting up to be that.
Prescott nearly got a handle on that, and then Folks threw it right to Jaden Harris. But Jaden Harris has a different color shirt.
Yeah.
Another turnover. That was Patitucci throwing it away, and Watkins has that turnover. I guess you can see a little bit of deliberate style, right? Bad pass in the middle. 40 seconds to go, and the Villagers throw that away. And we have more subs. So first impressions.
Yeah, I mean, the contest, like we just got done saying, this is going to be a good contest in here today. Vineland's skilled, have 4 or 5 kids, all that can score the ball. Right now, Our Lady Mercy Academy needs to just calm down once they obtain that steal just a little bit. Still want to push, still want to be fast, but want to just get a little more under control so they don't turn it over back to Vineland.
Bernhardt tried that 3. It rimmed out. Jones is double. Comes away with it. Quick follow. 20 seconds left. And we go helter-skelter again. Bernhardt finds Dragone. Can't finish.
Good rebound.
Palick can't finish. 10 seconds, and the ball's out of bounds, and it'll go to the Clan with 9.5 seconds on the clock here in the first.
Yeah, helter-skelter basketball led to Our Lady Mercy Academy's possession. They go down. Dragone missing a layup. Palick obtaining the offensive rebound. She wasn't able to get hers to go, and it looks like we had possession Vineland.
Well, I can tell you the first call that they missed when they threw it, it was an inbound pass, and Egypt Owens called the ball while she was on the line. Technically, that's out of bounds with no possession. It should have gone back to where the ball was thrown in, but never mind. There's a block underneath as the quarter ends. The first 8 minutes is over here in Olma. The score, Vineland 14, Olma 11 right here on BFA Sports. Today's game brought to you by McMahon Insurance Agency, as well as Premier Orthopedic Associates and Toyota of Vineland. Tri-City Kitchen Elevations, considering an upgrade to your kitchen? Why not let Tri-City Kitchen Elevations provide you with the winning assist to a great new look? Their quality workmanship will give your kitchen the alley-oop, guaranteeing that the new look will be a slam dunk. Give Tri-City Kitchens a call at 856-825-9002. First quarter complete. 14-11 the score. Vineland in front as we are here at Olma. We were here last night, and actually last night, Millville in the first half, it was a 6-point game. I think you had mentioned all the way up until almost the end of the third.
Yeah, I think it was 8 going into the fourth, if I'm not mistaken. And then, that's where Our Lady Mercy Academy's depth and the style of play kind of wore Millville down a little bit. And that score ended up getting to 18 or 19, 20, whatever it was. But that fourth quarter was certainly the difference for Our Lady Mercy Academy.
So here we go again. Jenna Ryan, Jaden Harris, Sydney Prescott. On the floor for the Villagers as we start. Prescott tried, missed it. Harris with the follow.
Yeah, well done. Sydney Prescott found a gap in that defense, and that 1-3-1 we talked about earlier was able to get to the rim, couldn't finish. However, Jaden Harris had her back, got the offensive rebound, and did finish.
And a blocking call on the baseline on Sydney Prescott. That is the 6th team foul for Olma. The next one will put Vineland in the bonus. 18 team fouls combined in the first half last night. That's one of the functions, I guess, of being this aggressive on defense. Great look from Egypt Owens.
Really good ball movement by Vineland High School. Was able to get the ball to the elbow, cross the paint to folks, and then down to the block for a bucket.
Yanelis Alvarez has 2 more. She has 4. The shot goes out of bounds, and Vineland gets another one.
If I'm not mistaken, partner, I think that was Prescott's 3rd, that last foul on her right here.
You'd be correct.
We only have 7:26 left in the second quarter, and they might have to be careful and protect her a little bit here with 3 fouls.
There's a steal. Sacco comes away with it, gets through Jones, missed. There's a rebound from Jaden Harris, missed that. And Sacco controls. Jenna Ryan from way out, missed that. And Samantha Jones comes away with it. And a double dribble call.
Yeah, the second player was coming to the ball. We talked about almost sending 2 to the ball at all times. When the second player was coming to trap, forced the Vineland player to pick up her dribble and then continue it again a second time. And as we know, partner, that's a violation.
As they say on most of those officiating posts on Facebook that I'm a part of, it's like, and twice on Sundays.
There you go. That too.
3 too strong from Bernhardt. Palick with the rebound, and Sacco's pass is interrupted. Vineland just as active defensively, I think, as Olma. And taking it all the way to the basket was Jones. She's taking a beating early on. Now the ball out of bounds to Olma.
I'll tell you what, Vineland High, we said, had some young, talented kids. We said that in our pregame, and they're certainly proving it right here. Willing to match the fight here on their end of the bargain, that's for sure.
Well, Egypt Owens and Sammy Jones, I think, for Vineland, really providing that spark for them. They have a 3-point lead, and we have a minute and a half gone in the second quarter today. Dragon with a loose ball in the middle. She's got to get out of the paint. 3 from Palick.
Well done. Palick had her feet set. Dragon kicks the ball back out of the paint. Palick's feet were set and ready to knock down a 3.
Watkins running with Owens to the basket. Too strong. Rebound. Alvarez misses. Palick clears. Another giveaway, and Alvarez is hacked on the way to the basket by Drew Coyle.
Yeah, turnover for Our Lady Mercy Academy at half court. Leads to the breakaway layup. Coyle hustles back, tries to get the block, unfortunately fouled her in the process.
And not only that, that will put Vineland in the bonus situation, even though that was a shooting foul. That's the 7th team foul, to go along with Sydney Prescott's 3rd personal when she's on the bench.
Yeah, and I wonder if that part of it doesn't change his style of substitution a little bit. You know, again, you have to protect her with 3. You can't let her enter this game and get her 4th in the first half. You just can't let that happen. So it'll be interesting to see if that's still 5 for 5, or they're just going to send 4 in and let her protect herself over there.
Drew Coyle with 2 personals. She takes a seat. 1 out of 2 from the line for Alvarez. And Vineland on top by 1. Here's another 3 from Fiocchi. Missed that. Harris with the follow. She got it.
Harris in her office. We talked about that last night. We're talking about it again today. She goes to work where she loves being. Offensive rebound to a bucket for Harris.
Good ball movement here by the Clan. Folks' shot, though, was deflected out. And it will stay. And it will stay with Vineland. Outlet out top. Folks with the penetration. Missed that. Harris with the rebound. Giving Owens a little shove, but they're going to call the foul on Owens.
Yeah, a little too aggressive defensively there. I think Owens, at being a guard, loved the fact that she had a forward with the basketball trying to bring it up the floor and said, I'm going to go get this one. Unfortunately, a little too aggressive. It'll remain almost possession.
And that's 5 team fouls for Vineland. That's Owens' 2nd. Fiocchi picks up the dribble. Coyle's open.
Yeah,
Got
it. Brooke Coyle does so much well on the basketball court. We commented on it last night, and if she's open with that shot and able to get her feet set like that, it's going in. She's a really nice player and was ready for that 3.
Owens has to get through some traffic. Finds Sammy. No good with that one, but nice job by Watkins to track it down, and then also got stripped. More activity on the defense, both sides.
Yeah, both teams are scrapping. We just said the same thing about Millville last night. They fought the fight for a long time, and they were scrapping and trying to press back and trying to trap back, and then they just ran out of steam. It'll be interesting to see if Vineland can keep it up for 4 quarters here, but they're certainly willing to fight the fight now.
Fiocchi might have got away with the travel there. In the corner, Patitucci lost the real estate.
And we talked about this in this style of offense, the game going on a bunch of runs, right? So Our Lady Mercy Academy was just down 4. Now all of a sudden you look up and they're up 3. A couple shots go down, a little bit of confidence, a little bit of momentum, and they're on a run right now and they're up 4.
Because they just fixed it. There's Owens to the basket, and Dragon got a hand on her. 8 team fouls for the Villagers. And you pointed out, the big one, though, Prescott's got 3.
Yeah, and they're keeping her over there to protect her, and that's the hardest thing as a coach. You want to trust your player. You know she's good. She's your senior leader. You put the ball in her hands, and she's your captain. But with 3 fouls, you just can't. And she's in there, I'll be okay, coach. I'll be okay. And you just can't do it.
So one of the aspects of defending this, and Tom McNeil, you told us this last night, he said, you get body position on the side, and it wasn't tip, it was T. That's what he was calling it, T.
Okay.
So to avoid contact and still be able to be a defensive force. 1 out of 2 at the line. 21-18 is the score, and that shot goes up and is deflected and out.
Yeah, Sacco tried to get all the way to the rim. Unfortunately, the path taken away from her a little bit. Olma not able to obtain the offensive rebound. Ball out of bounds off Olma Vineland's possession.
Double team already. Egypt Owens is now triple team, and that's going to cause the jump ball.
Which leads to basically a turnover because the arrow belongs to Our Lady Mercy Academy. And again, that turnover figure is counting and climbing.
And we will get those statistics at halftime from
Coach Tom McCarville.
Tom McCarville.
What a great man.
Bernhardt off the inbound, lost it. Race for it. Folks has got it. Taking Sacco on, and she'll go to the line.
Yeah, Sacco tried to hustle back for Our Lady Mercy Academy and obtain possession in order to draw the charge. Unfortunately, not able to do so. Folks hustles to the basket, looking to drive to the rim and finish. Couldn't. But here she is at the line, shooting 2.
See, we kind of really want to be on the silent side when we're on this side because they don't hear anything else because there's nobody in the gym. So I talked about that last night about the golf boys. Missed that putt. Here we go. Dragone with the rebound. 4:20 left, second quarter. 3-point game, Olma's in front. Palick for three. She's got one of them.
Yep.
Missed that one badly. And the air ball goes out of bounds. Vineland gets it back.
Yeah, unfortunately, Palick's shot was altered by the defender up top of that 1-3-1, hustling over to obtain a hand in her face or hand near the ball, and it just altered her shot enough to the point where she couldn't get it to go.
Samantha Jones had two people, chose the one, and the pass was interrupted. And back comes Sacco. Palick for three.
Well done. Sacco dribble drives all the way into the paint or near the paint, realizes that Palick's behind her. Palick, again, getting good footwork, getting her feet set. Sacco finds her on the retrieve pass, and Palick knocks it down for three.
And I think that Olma's using that line as another defender we talked about on that baseline, creating another opportunity. And Dragone, no, can't get it. A lot of opportunities underneath. And Angie's going to go to the free throw line.
She certainly is. And based on your point that you just made, you can hear Our Lady Mercy Academy staff saying, take the sideline away, take the sideline away. And what that does is when you take the sideline away, it forces the ball back to the center of the floor where you have that second defender running the trap. And that's what the Olma staff means, and that's what you just commented on.
If I can just throw something out and something else now with a right-handed dribbler and you got to take it back, that's using your left too.
Yes, which is your weak hand.
Exactly.
And thus, hopefully the turnover, thus that count gets higher, thus the numbers game comes into play.
And thus analytics works.
There it is. That's what they'll tell you. It's a great way to play basketball.
Patitucci and Palick on the bench. Dragone gets one more. All of a sudden, Olma's up by 7.
Yeah, you see that run now, partner?
Yep. Long outlet. Jones, pull up, missed it. Loose ball, and unfortunately, Fiocchi couldn't handle it.
Another substitution. Dragone going to take a breather. Did a really nice job right there in that run for Our Lady Mercy Academy.
That's Folks. Yanelis Alvarez had it knocked away, still keeps it. Outlet into the middle, still controlled. That shot was from Egypt Owens, no good. And we're going the other way, and look at Drew Coyle. Good ball movement there, but Fiocchi had nobody else to pass it to.
She did the right thing, pull it back out, rotate the ball around the perimeter.
Coyle's three, no good. Tracked down by Ryan. In the corner, there's another three. No good from Bernhardt. Stepping back, Fiocchi faked it, then threw it away. Samantha Jones, she finds Folks ahead of everybody.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, she was able to get up the floor, and that was a good job laying it in and finishing it. However, the pass came from a Vineland player who was out of bounds, both of their feet, which is what Coach Tom McNeely is screaming about right here. But Vineland doing a good job, able to finish for 2.
Jump ball, arrow goes to the Clan. Good ball game this afternoon. That's a 5-point game, and then that was a bad play by Samantha Jones. You threw it right to Jaden Harris, who said, thank you very much.
Jaden Harris had really active hands on that inbound pass, able to obtain it after deflecting it and went to the bucket and finished.
Look at Jones penetrating and Folks on the other end.
Yeah, well
She's
done.
Got 6.
Dribble drive right to the paint, drew the defender. Good pass, block the block. Folks able to finish again.
Olma moving it around a little bit here. Fiocchi gets through Alvarez, and then Harris with a nice feed.
Well done. Dribble drive baseline. Bender, the defender went to cut off the baseline, and when that happened, it freed Harris. Good find. Harris with a finish.
Another turnover. The pass goes out of bounds. Olma has it. 2:07 left. 7-point lead. And I'll tell you what, if Tom McNeely can get through this first half by keeping Sidney Prescott on the bench with 3 fouls, that will be a big plus.
Yeah, he's had really good minutes right here from Palick. He's had really good minutes from Angelina Dragone, which we just commented on. Jaden Harris right here with 2 quick buckets. It was 21-17 Vineland High, and that makes this a 12-1 run right now by the Villagers.
Palick's 3, short. Patitucci got a hand on it. Dragone couldn't handle it. Folks runs out again. Folks all the way to the basket. 8 for her. Lead down to 5, and then Sacco's pass is deflected out, and Vineland gets another opportunity.
Yeah, they're going to say Sacco just lost control of that and threw it out of bounds rather than Vineland deflecting it.
Alvarez tried to go to the basket without the ball. Vineland lost it. And it looked like, obviously, I thought Gianna Patitucci knocked it out last, but officials say no. So with a minute and a half left, Olma has the ball and the lead. Dragon backing in. Look at her.
Yeah, that's well done.
Couldn't follow. Gets it again. Chasing it down and then lost it.
Yeah,
and now she's hurt.
And so is Dragon. We have a Vineland player hurt and an Our Lady Mercy Academy player.
And Andrew Dragon is still on the floor, grabbing at her right knee or below it. Gives us a chance to tell you. Today's game is brought to you by Patino's ShopRite. Don't get boxed out from dishing out your next great meal. Visit the locally and family-owned Patino's Family ShopRites to grab the rebound of your kitchen's pantry. Patino's Family ShopRites provides you and your family the winning service you need from a locally and family-owned supermarket. You can visit any of the Patino's Family ShopRites conveniently located at Delsey ShopRite in Vineland, Millville, Upper Deerfield, and Washington Township. Patino's Family ShopRite's a strong tradition of serving their local communities. And by Newfield National Bank, feeling like you are on the rebound from your current bank, give us a call. Your community bank, an opportunity to take the shot at winning your business. Newfield National Bank has 11 local branches to serve all your personal and business banking needs. Let Newfield National Bank rise to the occasion and earn your business. We have 1:22 to go until halftime, and it's a 5-point lead for Olma, 29-24. The foul situation, we already talked about Sydney, of course, having 3, and she is on the Olma bench, but the next foul for Vineland will put Olma on the free throw line.
That is correct. Olma going, basically showing a little 1-2-1-1 format here.
And they bring a sub, and it was Thalia Duncan that we missed, and she wound up with the ball. And now we have another tie-up underneath.
Yeah, I think she wound up with the ball because she came over Jaden Harris's back, grabbed the arm, pulled her down, and I think you're going to see Harris go to the line here for a 1-on-1.
Did I ever tell you I think you should be a ref?
You know, I did it for a while. I did it for a long time. Let me see, 90.
Nah.
I did it from 92 to 2000.
We talked about that. We talked about that. Then you went to the dark side and you became a coach.
Well, the dark side, if you're an official, you're going to say it's the dark side. I had fun doing both, and I'll tell you what, the game's rewarded me. I can't complain at all.
No. You're still a young man. 6-point lead. Jaden Harris. I like watching Jaden at the free throw line.
Yes, her whole temperament. You know, sometimes you think of forwards and centers, which is what she is, that forward/center, and you see a rugged temperament about her. And although she hustles, scraps, and plays hard, there's a really good block. Her temperament allows her to get a lot of things accomplished on the court.
So I'll tell you what I did notice there. Trying to take the sideline away, that winds up to be fast breaks. Now they dropped back and didn't allow the fast break.
Yep.
There's a double team, folks. And a drive, and lost it, and that was Destiny Wallace. So finally, though, the substitutions are coming in for Vineland, and that's a good thing, though, for Coach Will Breezy.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, you know, he plays his 5, and I think part of that run was because they were fatigued. I think he saw that and said, I got to get my kids some rest here a little bit.
Under a minute, and a travel is called from the back court. And Olma gets another break and another turnover, and I'll tell you.
Fatigue causes turnovers. And again, when you're going 9-10 deep, as Our Lady Mercy Academy does, and Vineland High in this case is only going 6 deep, that fatigue and all that plays into it. For those of you out there, Angelina Dragon was able to get off the floor pretty much under her own power, although favoring the leg a little bit, which we were happy to see, and hopefully she's okay.
Loose ball, and Sammy Jones hit the deck end really hard. And I think they're going to call an offensive foul. Or just lost it.
Right, her head just hit the floor hard on that and taking that charge.
And that is Vineland coach Will Breezy giving it to one of the other officials. That's Andrew Challey. Andrew called nothing.
Vineland still in the 1-3-1.
Again, another turnover. Sammy Jones challenged, lost it. Folks might have traveled. Threw one up, no good.
Blocked by Harris.
Alvarez, no good. Coyle comes away with it. 20 seconds left. Coyle hit the underside of the backboard, and it might have been deflected, and therefore Olma will keep it with 20 seconds left.
Things get a little physical in here right now, partner. Our Lady Mercy Academy possession.
Both teams in the bonus. Inbound, Palick can't get the roll. Harris follows. Got the roll.
Yep. Again, Jaden Harris so good in there with body position, able to get an offensive rebound and put back, doing what she does best in obtaining another field goal.
She's in double figures. Clock running out now on the Clan. They've only got 2 seconds left. There's Folks, fires it up, and I don't think she got it in time. She did not. And that is the end of the first half here at Olma. Thanks to a 12-1 run by the Villagers, they lead at halftime 33-24 here on BFA Sports.
All too often, kids are quick to judge based on what they see on the outside. At Our Lady of Mercy Academy, it's what's on the inside that matters the most. Our hearts, minds, souls, and dreams. Take the heart, for example. That's a biggie. Whether it's in the classroom, on the playing field, on stage, or at the lunch table, we put a lot of heart into everything that we do. And it shows in the way we treat each other, the community, the world around us, and everyone in it. We are sisters, through and through, and that will never change.
Olma created a second home for me because of all the amazing relationships it allowed me to make, and these are the relationships that will last forever. I'm so happy to be part of the sisterhood.
Service is a huge part of everything we do here at Olma. Some of the service projects we do include making paracord bracelets for veterans and cat and dog toys for nearby shelters.
Here at Olma, we have 14 sports and we're still growing. So there's always a spot for everyone on a sports team here. Teams here are like family. I wouldn't want to be playing sports anywhere else.
It's often said that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. That's especially true when it comes to the mind. Did you know that our brains contain about 100 billion neurons? Yep, sounds crazy, but it's true. At Olma, the goal is to fire up all 100 billion of them in a way that makes us unstoppable. Remember, it's just us girls, so you can just be you. That's sisterhood.
Here at Olma, we can just be ourselves. Since we're all girls, we're here to support each other and how different we are. We celebrate our uniquenesses while being ourselves. And that's what I love about Olma. You can just be you.
Being comfortable in your own skin makes it easier to focus on what's most important, academics. Recently, academics at Olma took students to London, Dublin, California, kayaking down the Swanee River, and to school in Spain. For others, it involved learning to cook, experiencing the world of sports marketing, taking special needs kids to the carnival, and feeding the hungry. In the classroom, our teachers are second to none. They expect a lot from us, but also make us want to deliver.
Olma teachers are amazing. They will be there for you for whatever you need.
Come shadow for a day, try us on for size, and you'll see what I mean. By the way, everyone asks questions, and our teachers want nothing more than to see us succeed. We all push each other to do and be our best. At Olma, we're encouraged to get involved in the life of the school. While academics come first, there are also sports, clubs, the musical, student government, service, and so much more to do.
Academics come first at Olma, but there are millions of other things to do at this school.
My advice? Try everything. Do it all, even if it makes you uncomfortable, because that's when the real magic happens. Whether you join Olma as a natural-born leader or are afraid of your own shadow, it's okay. Our L2T program will take both your heart and mind to new heights. It's focused on leadership, life skills, and technology, and is breaking us out of our shells, giving us courage, and helping us realize that the world really is our oyster. It's mind over matter, and we've got you covered. We also focus a lot on things that are good for the soul. We are challenged to get in touch with our inner selves and to let go and let God. We talk a lot about spirituality and about the fact that God loves us no matter what. We have girls of all faiths here, but we all have the same free will. The choices we make are important and have consequences. That's where character building comes in. You can be the smartest girl in the world and have a perfect score on your SATs, but it's your character, the kind of person you are on the inside, that sets you apart in life. The same is true when applying to colleges. Smarts, while extremely important, is just one part of the total package that colleges are looking for.
Right now, I'm applying to very competitive colleges, and while academics are extremely important, I've discovered that being an athlete, having service, being a leader is also very critical to being able to get into the college of your dreams.
Olma offers this really cool thing during your junior year called Job Shadow Program, and I was fortunate enough to go on too. And while I was on my job shadows, I discovered that I don't want a desk job. I want to be out helping people, and without this program, I don't think I would have realized that until I was well into college.
That brings us to our dreams. We Olma girls dream big, as well we should. We dream about the colleges we'll get into and the careers we'll have. Today, those dreams include all sorts of new options. Women are sought after as CEOs, company presidents, governors, fire chiefs, generals, business owners, airline pilots, scientists, doctors, attorneys, and the list goes on and on. We wear many hats and wear them well.
Our dreams also include leading positive change in the world and in the lives of those around us. If you want to make your dreams a reality, be sure to check us out. And don't be afraid to wear your heart on your sleeve, because that's just where we like it.
Visit our website at olmanj.org to find out more or schedule a shadow day. I hope to see you on campus soon.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Tom Dwyer, CEO of Premier Orthopedic Associates. As a parent of two former high school athletes, I can only imagine how difficult it is for so many of you who are unable to be at the game to watch your child or favorite student athlete compete due to COVID-19 restrictions this season. As such, our team here at Premier Orthopedic Associates has partnered with our friends at BFA Sports to give you, the fans, a virtual front row seat. And for the student athlete, a new experience, a pretty cool professional broadcast they'll be able to keep forever at no cost for all of you to enjoy. Well, I see it's just about time for tip-off. So from all of us here at Premier Orthopedic Associates, best of luck this season. Stay safe, be well, and while we hope we don't see any of you anytime soon, we're here for you if you should need us. Enjoy the game.
Yeah, let me get him on the schedule and yeah, call me tomorrow and then I'll tell you what to do. Okay. Yeah, perfect. All right, thank you.
Welcome back. Here we are getting ready to start the second half. Chris Losey, Steve Westcott, and we are really socially distanced. I mean, it's the best that we can, okay? And we have been screened, so just so you know, we have got some messages. So thank you for your concern. Everything is good. A 16-3 run, though, for Olma has put them up in front as we start the second half. They lead this game by 9. Tell us about that run real quick and what you thought and how it plays into that style for Tom McNeely.
Yeah, again, it all started with their defensive effort. They were making that turnover count for Vineland climb that we've talked about in regards to the turnover numbers. They were able to get out in transition. Palak with a couple big threes in that run. Jaden Harris with a couple buckets, and it was a 16-3 one that they ended the half on.
So we'll talk about those, I guess, the analytical portion of it as there's Savannah Prescott into the game.
Yeah, the younger Prescott sister now making her first appearance tonight.
Foul trouble for Sydney still.
Yep, a little bit of foul trouble, couple injuries, which I will update you on in 1 minute.
Here's Folks. She had a good first half. She had 8. Now she's in double figures. She's got 10.
Yeah, no one stepped from Our Lady Mercy Academy, stepped up to stop the ball. Folks able to get all the way to the glass and finish.
7 points. There's Prescott with another 3. Ball on the ground, and we have a held ball. And possession will favor the Villagers.
I'll tell you what, it's good to see Tom McNelia's players taking his... I'm sorry, but Tom McNelia's players taking his word to heart. The only mistake you can make is not shooting it. Savannah Prescott comes off the bench, whap, and with 2 immediate 3-point field goal attempts.
And Sydney Prescott is in the game with the 3 fouls. Meanwhile, there's a finish by Alvarez.
4-0 run for Vineland High right here to start the second half.
And 8 for her.
Vineland still in the 1-3-1 defensively.
Gianna Patitucci in the corner with a head fake. Another bad pass. So, you know, you can see there's an awful lot of sloppiness, but the turnovers are self-inflicted because they're unforced errors, basically, right?
Yeah, the guard-to-guard pass at the top of the key above the 1-3-1 for Vineland. Those players have to separate themselves a little bit. They're too close together, and one defender can almost interfere with the guard-to-guard pass on 2 offensive players.
And we get the subs. I like the way they come right off the bench, just like that, you know, different spots, and then 5 for 5.
Yeah, when they jump over the boards and things like that.
Minute gone in the third. Game is tightened. It's a 5-point lead for the Villagers. Folks will get that inbound in the corner. Watkins is open. Shot too strong. Alvarez, though, with a board and a follow.
Alvarez did a nice job obtaining offensive rebounding position at the block, able to get a rebound and put back for 2.
Dragon at the low post. Dishes it out, and that shot's out of bounds, and it goes to Vineland.
Yeah,
Stacko couldn't control.
I just recently said we were going to have an injury update. We found out that Dragon was going to be able to go. We're still uncertain on Liv Fiocchi. She has gone into the back in regards to that play where she had hit her head on the floor.
Alvarez with the long one, and the follow by Folks, and it's down to 1. Olma by a point. Bernhardt with a drive. Might have been clean, but the foul is called by Brent Stager.
Yeah, on the catch, Bernhardt did a nice job using a ball fake. It forced the defender to just stay flat-footed rather than be able to attack her. That allowed her to get to the baseline. She couldn't finish, but she's going to go to line for 2. Nice drive by Madeline Bernhardt.
In that last set, you saw the Vineland with the long outlet. That's one way to get and beat this, too.
It is. It is. If you're capable and know where you need to go with the basketball and you can throw a long, not full court pass, but a long pass up the sideline, you avoid all that trapping.
And it was Alvarez ahead of everybody. Caught it, goes to the basket, Folks with the follow, bing, just like that. Meanwhile, there's an offensive board and another chance for Olma, and that 3 from Palak was short, and we've got a foul called.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a foul on Sacco, getting a little too aggressive on the offensive rebound. But on the play before that, Palak did a nice job getting the offensive rebound. Ball came back to her in the perimeter, just unable to knock down that jump shot.
Vineland with a chance to take the lead this trip. Sammy Jones ahead. Alvarez. Dragon got a piece of that. And Olma in possession, but they throw it away. And then a great play by Egypt Owens, who threw it off of Drew Coyle. And Vineland, a great presence there by the Vineland clan guard, Egypt Owens, who's having a really strong game.
Yes, she is. Both Egypt Owens and Drew Coyle going for a loose ball. Owens realizing where she was on the floor, being able to obtain it and throw it off Coyle before stepping out of bounds. Vineland possession.
More substitutions. We'll be saying that a lot. That was Jones getting through a double team. Owens out top with a double team. Alvarez underneath. Fakes on the Ryan. Shot no good. Harris with a rebound. We come the other way. Prescott, Sidney running all the way to the basket and count it.
Yeah, that's a really good job by Sydney Prescott. I'll tell you what, as soon as she gets back into the game, the impact that she makes in it. She's able to obtain the outlet pass, get all the way to the rim. Defender couldn't come over and get good enough position to draw a charge. Good finish with contact and one.
And you can hear the loose, which would be one of those offensive board opportunities or possibilities. But Vineland on the end controls, and going to the free throw line will be Folks. Or maybe Owens.
Vineland doing a nice job so far in the second half of not turning it over here in the first 2.5 minutes. That turnover count that they said they need to get to, what was it?
25.
17 first half turnovers by Vineland High. You double that, that's 34, so they were well on their way to that number. But not so far here in the third.
And also, I like the way that the defensive scheme by Will Breesy, what it's really doing is it's actually forcing Olma into a set.
It is. It is. It's forcing them to go a little half-court offense and execute a little bit. The first one goes.
And so does the second. As we can tell by our new cameras. That's the new toy. You just can't stop talking about it.
It's such a great angle, camera angle.
Both Prescotts on the floor together, and there's a bad pass by Patitucci. And then we've got a blocking foul on the end line.
Yeah, foul was on Patitucci.
See, here we go again with the whistle.
Yeah, it's going to be confusing, and there's nothing you can do. You know what I mean? There's just nothing you can do about it.
Over the top. Alvarez again. Missed it again. Almost a blueprint before where folks would follow up. But in this case, Watkins finds Jones. Off with that. Jaden Harris the other way. And she'll pull it up. Not only can she rebound, not only can she shoot, but she can handle pretty well.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what else she did well right here is make a good decision. The game of basketball, decisions matter, and she just made a good decision by pulling that one back out. She realized she didn't have anything as far as the break was concerned, pulled it back out, and are running a set.
More substitutions. It's a good one today. I almost said tonight. Good one today.
Yeah, we said in the pregame it had the stars were aligning that it would be, and it certainly is.
Bernhardt fakes the three, then a pull-up, missed it. Watkins, looks like she had her arm grabbed. No call. Watkins still has it. Now she's triple-teamed, still has it, and finds Alvarez.
Good job by her not giving up the possession.
But a travel has been called. Egypt Owens caught it, and she knew right away.
Yeah, she knew she was caught it in mid-stride and then ended up having to use an extra step in order to obtain it and gain possession.
I love to see that, though. I do. Too many players say, I didn't do that.
Okay, partner, the thing I can tell you is Liv Fiocchi has returned from the back locker room. She is on the bench. We don't have word as to whether or not she can return, but good news, definitely, she's back on the bench with her teammates.
Talked to her at halftime. She had to fill out a form for a possible concussion because she hit the floor. But so you're right. Good news that she's on the bench, and we'll wait to see if Tom McNelia puts her in. Again, another outlet. Jones from the turnover misses. And Vineland with 3 opportunities to take the lead. They came up empty all 3 times. And that pass is deflected out of bounds. Olma keeps it. Halfway through the third, and the Villagers ahead by 1. At some point, those empty trips could be costly. Palick snuffed out by Folks.
Yeah, good job by Folks, realizing that the ball was coming back to Palick, was able to get a step and block the shot.
And Owens gives the Clan the lead.
Vineland High fighting right back here in the third, not turning it over, getting shots themselves, and they're back in this ball game with a 1-point lead now.
And an outlet off the miss. Folks ahead. And we're looking at the Olma bench, and no timeout signal from McNelia. Here we go again. Sacco.
Not yet.
Coyle gets through Alvarez and is fouled. On the floor, no shot.
Good baseline drive by Coyle, able to get all the way into the paint, realized she didn't have a shot herself, was trying to flip the ball or pass the ball, I believe, to Dragon. Got fouled. Possession, Our Lady Mercy Academy underneath their own offensive basket.
After the subs, Olma trailing by 3. That's Savannah Prescott. That 3 no good. Rebound controlled. Another left-handed run by Prescott. No, and then another good work on the offensive board. That's Cassidy Garcia. And she'll go to the line.
Yeah, we saw Cassidy Garcia a lot in the JV game. She had a really good game there. Wondering if she was going to get her opportunity here a little bit, making the most of it right there with 2 or 3 really good offensive rebounds. She's going to get rewarded by going to the line.
So you heard one more to go. Garcia missed them both, but there they go again. The Villagers active. They get the turnover, and Jaden Harris can't get the 3. And out of bounds to Vineland. Look at the hustle by Garcia.
Yeah, absolutely. Jaden Harris did a nice job by deflecting the outlet pass from Vineland High. Was able to get herself on the three-point line when her teammate obtained it, able to pass it to her. 3 just didn't go down.
No problem getting through the press, and Folks at the other end. Can't get the roll, but Alvarez with the follow.
I'll tell you what, you got to give Vineland High a lot of credit. Whatever they did at halftime and talked about at halftime, their adjustments and changes is working because they're getting the ball and they're getting shots up the floor. They're not turning it over right now, and that's why they have the lead back at a 5-point lead.
That's Garcia underneath for Jaden. Missed that. And Watkins can't dribble through and apparently went out of bounds off of Olma, so Vineland will keep it. I will give you this observation. If you notice when Vineland, after the make, they have no problem getting through the pressure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They made some adjustments at halftime, some changes at halftime as to how they wanted to handle the press and the pressure of Our Lady Mercy Academy, and whatever those things that were that they discussed is working.
So more personnel changes for Tom McNelia. It's a 5-point Vineland lead. Keep in mind this Clan team is 3-0 coming into this game.
Yes, they are. And like I said, they have some depth themselves. Although young, they had some depth. They have 4 kids in double digits in their game last night.
3 today. Sacco's drive. No. Dragon missed that. And underneath, a board for Sammy Jones. Left-handed dribble. And that was deflected. So I think, I think Olma got away with that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was or not. The officials are saying it wasn't, so therefore it will be Olma possession.
With 2:21 to go, and you can see it's now a 5-point game. Sacco coming out of the corner to the middle. Missed that.
Good job by Madeline Bernhardt.
Bernhardt clears it out. Finds Sacco.
I'll tell you what, 2 really good plays right there by 2 young freshmen. Madeline Bernhardt fights for the rebound, obtains the rebound, and Sacco then with a nice drive to the basket.
Foul called in the backcourt. And it's on Bernhardt. And that is her second. 4th team foul for the Villagers. A little bit better, though.
Yeah, even the first half was better than what we saw last night as far as number of fouls.
And we have a whistle on the end line. At this point, every time we have a whistle on the end line, we have no idea because, again, we're playing in that closet.
Right, we're not at half court anymore. We're at the stage end of the gymnasium, and it's a long way for us to see, although good defense right there by Drew Coyle causing that turnover.
Halleck's pass deflected out by Folks, and we have more personnel changes. 1:44 to go here in the third.
Yeah, Drew Coyle, that last defensive possession, did a nice job bothering and getting aggressive with the ball handler, forcing the turnover.
It's Savannah Prescott out top. Looking for Jenna Ryan. That pass deflected, though. Egypt Owens comes away with it to the middle. Folks couldn't handle it.
Yeah. And when you throw those long down court passes like that, you know you're taking that chance of not being able to catch one, not being able to receive one, and it going out of bounds. However, that does help you if you can do it, alleviate all this pressure that Our Lady Mercy Academy throws at you.
Here's Savannah Prescott from way out. Air ball chased around. Patitucci kept it alive. There's Prescott again, but then she had her pocket picked, and now we've got a foul in the backcourt against Olma. That's Savannah, or no, that's Sydney. That's her 4th.
Yeah, we're going to see a sub right here. Drew Coyle in for Sydney.
So with 1:13 left, Sydney Prescott back on the bench in foul trouble. Now she has 4, and Vineland throws that away.
Yeah, a little too quick for their own purpose right there, Vineland High. Baseline cutter had already cut to the baseline. Guard pass to the baseline cutter was wide, and Our Lady Mercy Academy possession.
More activity on the defense, though, for Vineland. Destiny Wallace.
Yeah, they're not being aggressive out of their 1-3-1 defense, but they know when they want to attack out of it or when they don't. The wings on it are getting aggressive is what's getting aggressive. The player at the top of the key, not necessarily, but the wings do get aggressive on any Olma catch on the wing.
You heard the kickball signaled, so we're under a minute in the third. And that's Coyle. Too high, though, for Patitucci, and an unforced error and another turnover. .50 seconds, and Jones fouled by Coyle in the backcourt. That's team foul number 6 for the Villagers. One more puts Vineland on the free throw line. And when that occurs in the third quarter, that's a concern.
Yeah, the fouls are starting to mount here a little bit for Our Lady Mercy Academy.
Owens. You say no travel on that one. Folks underneath.
I think there might have been 2 of them.
Yeah.
2 travels.
Alvarez blocked. Jaden Harris. 35 seconds left, and we'll see if Tom McNelia decides to keep it for one, but then Vineland gets it on the turnover. With 25 seconds left, Folks is battling with Coyle. Finds Wallace for 3.
Down it goes. Good ball rotation. Once Folks was able to obtain the possession, ball rotation to the top of the key, to the opposite wing, and down goes the 3 for Vineland High.
10 seconds in the third. Vineland, their largest lead of the day. They have 6. 5 seconds to shoot it. Savannah Prescott Wild underneath. End of the quarter. Whatever Vineland did at halftime, they have erased the deficit, and they lead 43-37 as we go to the final quarter here on BFA Sports. Today's game is brought to you by Premier Orthopedic Associates, not only a premier sponsor of Olma basketball, but they also provide the premier orthopedic care you've come to expect and will be there when and if you need them. Many thanks again go out to Dr. Dwyer and the team at Premier Orthopedic Associates. By Toyota of Vineland. Looking for the perfect assist when searching for your next new or used vehicle? Look no further than the courteous and professional sales team at Toyota of Vineland. They'll make your next purchase an easy layup. Call the friendly staff at Toyota of Vineland at 856-559-7690 or visit us on web at toyotaofvineland.com. Olma basketball brought to you by McMahon Insurance Agency. When you're looking for a seasoned team to help safeguard your most valuable possessions, make McMahon Insurance Agency your first call. And by Bottino's ShopRite. Don't get boxed out from dishing out your next great meal. Remember the Super Bowl's tomorrow. Visit the locally and family-owned Bottino's Family ShopRites to grab the rebound for your kitchen's pantry. Also brought to you by Newfield National Bank. Feeling like you are on the rebound from your current bank? Why not give local community bank an opportunity to take the shot at winning your business? Newfield National Bank has 11 local branches to serve all your personal and business banking needs. Let Newfield National Bank rise to the occasion and earn your business. Newfield National Bank, serving Gloucester and Cumberland counties.
Hopefully a piece of good news here, partner. It looks as though Liv Fiocchi has her headband back on. Looks as though she's, seriously paying attention to coach and possibly getting herself back in this game.
So as we welcome you back to the start of the fourth quarter here on BFA, Chris Losey with Steve Westcott. It's been a game of, I think, a little ebb and flow, but what I'm most impressed about is what Vineland did, and you mentioned those adjustments. Now here comes the opportunity for Tom McNelia to make his adjustments, trailing by 6.
And we'll see how they do now with, a 6-point deficit going into the fourth. But Vineland High did a nice job, especially for the first 6.5 minutes of that third quarter, as far as not turning it over. That's why they were able to get the lead back.
And they start with Dragone in the middle and Jaden Harris. Bernhardt, Drew Coyle, and Liv Fiocchi, who Steve has mentioned is back into the game after she was face planted.
Yeah, that's good news.
Second quarter,
because it looked like she had really. And she's a big part of this team for Our Lady Mercy Academy. Starter, had a whole year of experience last year. And, she does a lot on the floor well.
Egypt Owens, and that's a jump ball. So the arrow should go to Vineland. Well, I think Olma just got the ball to start the quarter, right?
No, they're still saying white.
Didn't Olma get the ball to start the quarter?
No, I think Vineland did.
Bernhardt with a miss. You sure about that?
No.
No, we came this way. I know we did.
Okay. Then you're on top of it, partner.
All right. Sammy Jones with the inbounds.
There's the long court pass.
Skylar Folks ahead. Alvarez ran right into the wall. That is Dragon, and we're going to get a held ball in the paint, and that's a good call. First minute of play in the fourth. There's Egypt Owens. Wallace. Down low, Alvarez. No, but look at Folks go up and get that board. And she was fouled.
That's an interesting call there. Again, it's at the other end of the floor.
Call is on Liv Fiocchi. And as promised, the next foul on Olma will put the Clan on the line. So Skylar Folks goes to the line 1-1. She's got 13 points today.
Angelina Dragon with the rebound.
Off the miss. 6-point deficit. Coyle all the way to the basket. Nothing there. And we have more subs. That counts as a shot attempt, though, right? And that's all in the math. It's like money ball.
It's a shot attempt and then a team rebound for Vineland High School.
But we're talking about the money ball that. Okay.
Yeah, as far as the numbers in regards to the offensive system for Our Lady Mercy Academy, yes.
Right. There's a steal. Sydney Prescott playing with 4 fouls. Weaving through. Did everything right except the finish.
Yeah, just couldn't finish.
And Folks has to track that one down. Not able to convert that, but she gets her own miss. And Owens connects.
Really good hustle, really good motor by Folks. It's now 45-37 Vineland, but she was able to obtain her own rebound and then make a nice pass for a Vineland jump shot.
8-point lead, Steve just mentioned, the largest for Vineland. 6:25 in the fourth. Here's Sacco, gets a screen from Dragon, can't follow. Dragon, no. Rebound still loose, and Jaden Harris controls. Sacco for 3, that was deflected. And then underneath, there's another turnover. Yeah, looked like Alvarez had it and lost it.
The unfortunate part for Our Lady Mercy Academy right now is that they're just not able to make some shots. I mean, we had 3 opportunities right here in the heart of the paint, right at the rim. None of them able to go. And then a missed jump shot, Vineland high rebound. But I think it's going to be almost basketball in the out-of-bounds of Vineland.
And it'll be following the timeout, which was called by Tom McNelia. Today's game brought to you by Tri-City Kitchens Elevations. Considering an upgrade to your kitchen, why not let Tri-City Kitchen Elevations provide you the winning assist to a great new look? Their quality workmanship will give your kitchen the alley-oop, guaranteeing that new look will be a slam dunk. Who writes these?
It's not me. It's not me.
Give Tri-City Kitchens a call at 856-825-9002.
It's all appropriate. It all fits. I wouldn't be that crafty in writing.
I hear you.
That's pretty good, whoever's doing it.
This portion of the game brought to you by McMahon Insurance Agency. You see the icon at the bottom of the screen. McMahon Insurance Agency. You can visit them at their website, McMahonAgency.com. 6:13 to go, fourth quarter, an 8-point lead for Vineland. It's their largest of the afternoon.
And I think this is a crucial part of the game right here for Our Lady Mercy Academy. You know, you can't pout, you can't hang your head. You got to stick to what you do, believe in what you do, and see if you can answer the bell right here in the last 6 minutes.
Prescott feeds Dragone off her hands. Turnover. And that's Samantha Jones. Lost that handle. Palick controls, and she'll pull it up.
Good job by Palick right there, getting a defensive rebound, pushing the basketball up the floor, making a good decision and pulling it back out and running a set.
Short on the three, but Jaden Harris has that board. Then she lost it, and then after the scramble, a jump ball is whistled. So it'll be Olma's possession, and I guarantee you that's not the last held ball this afternoon.
I'm pretty sure it won't be. That's a pretty good prop wager there.
What mood are you in?
Of course, for amusement purposes only.
What mood are you in, right?
Super Bowl mode.
Exactly. Sacco in the corner. That's Sydney Prescott. Missed it. Out of bounds and off of Vineland. I think it was off of Sammy Jones.
Yeah, Our Lady Mercy Academy doing a nice job battling on the offensive glass. Vineland unable to obtain the defensive rebound. Ball's going to go to Olma.
Coyle with the inbound. Fiocchi for three. Missed everything, and then Coyle tried to track it down and ran out of space. And Vineland will have it. As they like to say, the lead and the ball, and by 8. And there's the give and go.
There it is.
Right through the press. Jones with a pull-up. Wallace, though, was able to track it down. Wallace from the corner fakes. Owens then rushed that one, and Folks underneath.
I'll tell you what,
fouled.
Folks has done a nice job in this game. You know, she's going up against a player like Jaden Harris, who's a senior. She's going up against Dragone, who has the size advantage on her, but she has certainly fought the fault in there tonight, and she's having a really nice game for Vineland High.
Folks will get one more. 15 points for Skylar this afternoon. 5:18 to go. When we talked about those empty trips, now we have to flip the side to Olma, and those empty trips, they can't happen, but we've got a lane violation. A lane violation is called, and I think it was against Fiocchi for getting into the paint too soon. Well, there's no paint, but, it's figure of speech.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And Folks converts.
It's 9 now, partner.
One out of 2. 9-point lead. Bernhardt and Coyle out top. And Savannah Prescott. Fiocchi gives it up. Prescott, wild right-hander, no good. Dragone can't handle it. And it goes out of bounds to Vineland.
I'll ask you the question you asked me earlier. You sure about that, partner?
No, I couldn't tell.
Because that certainly looked like Dragone had it and it was hit out of her hands,
Yeah.
and it was right in front of us. So that one I think I kind of saw.
Off the miss, Dragone is active and get a piece of that. Out of bounds, it'll stay with Vineland. 4:51 on the clock, and at some point, you ask yourself, when does it get to be crunch time where you can have these empty trips and you have to start getting stops on the other end?
Well, that's pretty much now, and I'll tell you why. Because Vineland has figured out what to do against the pressure of Our Lady Mercy Academy. So if you're not going to be able to create turnovers on your defensive end, then you have to obtain buckets on your offensive end.
Drew Coyle steps in the way of that, gets the turnover, brings it back all the way, and then had her attempt blocked. And Destiny Wallace with possession and the timeout call from the Vineland bench with 4:33 on the clock in the fourth, and Vineland up by 9 over Olma, looking for their 4th win to start the season for the Vineland Fighting Clan. So we have a timeout here at Olma. Chris and Steve, as usual, for the basketball proceedings here at Olma. Let's start with what's in front of us. Number 1, Sydney Prescott, 4 fouls. She's back on the floor.
Yeah, and that's certainly hurt Our Lady Mercy Academy. She had 3 early in the first half, had to sit a bunch of minutes where Coach McNeely would have liked to have her out there. She picked up her 4th one right in the third quarter. She had to go back to the bench again, unfortunately, to protect her, and they're really just getting her back into this game, and losing your leading senior, your leading guard, your captain on that floor hurts you when you're a basketball team.
What are you seeing that is of some concern? Maybe it's the day after the night game, but it's not a lot of execution on the offensive side. But having said that, they are very, very dominant still on the glass.
Yeah, they are. They're getting their share of rebounds. However, I mean, really what you have to credit where we are right now with a 9-point lead for Vineland is the adjustments they made against this pressure. They're throwing long court passes over top of the pressure, over top of Olma's traps. The other thing they're doing is they're resorting to passing the ball against it, not dribbling against it. And that double team that Our Lady Mercy Academy wants to send can't happen because they're passing the basketball, not dribbling it.
Well, here's another adjustment. Wallace had to come back and get it, or they got to a 5 count. And instead of that, Sydney Prescott comes away with it. Need points and need them in a hurry. And Prescott rolled out, and we've got a double whistle. But they both went to red, so it'll be Vineland's ball.
Yeah, Palick and Sydney Prescott hustling on the offensive glass, unfortunately met bodies and hit each other, losing the possession, unfortunately, Vineland basketball.
It's just not going down. That's a nice play by Sammy Jones to tip the ball to herself and then find Wallace ahead. Couldn't finish, though.
Okay, so, partner, did you see where that play right there? Let's just take that play, for example. There was an inbounds pass to the wing. The ball immediately got passed to the center. There was one dribble and an immediate pass to the block on the offensive end. They went the whole possession to the floor with one dribble and 3 passes. That's how you beat a pressure.
Folks missed that. The roll is good for Egypt Owens.
We talked about last night Vineland having a bunch of young ladies in double-digit scoring. Egypt Owens did lead them last night with 17 points. She's going to go back to the line and see if she can get a couple more here.
13 already for her. Not already, here in the 4th for her. And with 4:07 left, she can't convert the 3-point, but a throwaway. Folks had it, lost it. And controlled by the Villagers. 4 minutes. Trailing by 11. Haven't scored in 4 minutes.
Yeah, they need one shot to go for them. Just so they can see if they can get back into their pressure and get the momentum going. But they're just unable to. There's a lid on it right now in regards to Our Lady Mercy Academy.
Hell ball will stay. Oh, no, it goes to Vineland. 3:45 left.
Good job by Palick on the defensive, defending the inbound.
6 empty trips in a row. Folks ahead. Missed that. Alvarez with a follow. She's got 11.
Yeah, she's having a nice game here. She's got a bunch of rebounds to go with it, too.
And it's a 13-point lead now for Vineland with 3:20 to go. Harris spinning it.
Yeah, go to your best player. Go to your forward leader, your leading scorer. Get her on the block where she's capable of handling her business, and she certainly did that right there.
Wallace got snuffed. And then Sacco got cut off, but they're not going to call the foul, but they're going to say it went out of bounds. That was Sammy Jones providing that pressure. 3-10 and an 11-point deficit, and Tom McNelia calls timeout. So we'll stay right here and reset it for you. As it is right now, the hell ball will go to Olma. The next foul, though, for the Villagers will put Vineland in the double bonus.
Yep, and as far as Vineland High goes, they only have 14 fouls. So Olma will not be going to the foul line, especially if they wanted to attack the basket, you know what I mean, or, draw a foul on the perimeter or something like that. So Vineland is nowhere near the 1-on-1. Olma's going for 2 shots on their double penalty.
I think one of the best observations you made in that last sequence was they just need a shot to go down for them, and you go to number 2 for that.
When there's a lid on it like that, and just no matter what you're doing, whether it be from the paint or with block or the perimeter, whatever, when you can't get anything to go, you need one to go just so you can get some rhythm. You can't press and trap properly if you can't score. You got to score and you got to force the inbound, and you can press and trap from there.
And that's where we are right now with 3:10 to go on the clock, and inbounds to Olma following the timeout. 3:05 to go. Sydney Prescott with 4 fouls. Trying to get it to Palick underneath. That's deflected, and that's going to stay with Olma. Down to 3 minutes. Imperative they score on this trip. You agree, Steve?
I do. I said you want to get on some kind of roll here. They had a bucket by Jaden Harris the last possession. If you can get another one here. Aaron inbounds pass. Vineland comes up with it.
Yeah, the pass went right through Palick's hands. And Alvarez. Harris, though, is big.
Too late.
And then Sammy Jones, who got pickpocketed by Sydney Prescott, and then she dribbled into a double team and did draw the foul.
Yeah, Our Lady Mercy Academy tried to throw a long court sideline pass. However, it was too late. The defender was able to read it, step in front of it, and pick it. Vineland turns it back over, and then when Prescott starts to attempt to come up the floor, she's fouled with a blocking call on Vineland.
And we have a sub coming in, Andrea Dragone, because I think Jaden's a little shaken up. Bernhardt back in also for Olma. Fiocchi takes a seat. And it looks like it's going to be Madison Palak now, inbounding for Jaden. Keep our eye on that. I wonder if that's just a breather or if there's something more to that. Big possession here for the Villagers. Down 11, 2.5 to go. Bernhardt will step back and fire it. Air ball, and it goes back to Vineland.
Yeah, shot from the wing by Bernhardt. Neither team able to obtain the rebound from it. Ball goes out of bounds. Vineland high possession. Long court pass.
And Alvarez just sits there like in center field. Now there's a bad entry pass by Watkins.
Good hands by Dragone.
And ahead is Palak.
Yep, well done. Good outlet. Good hands by Dragone on the defensive end. Long court pass. Found Palak with the contact, but she was able to finish.
Down to 9. Destiny Wallace lost the dribble and then fouled Drew Coyle. Looks like the pressure getting a little bit to Destiny Wallace.
Yeah, but here's that little bit of rhythm that Our Lady Mercy Academy needed to find. All right, you have 2 scored buckets in 2 of the last 3 offensive possessions. It's now 9, and here we go with another possession for Our Lady Mercy Academy.
Can cut it to 7 or possibly 6. Bernhardt will shoot it. No good. Wallace off the air ball and a floorboard. Might have been too soon for that. What do you think?
Well, you're under 2 now. It's 9. You got to get shots up, but they're not going to hesitate to shoot. If they're open and they think they can get a shot off, they're going to get a shot off. That's the way they're taught. That's the way they're instructed to do by Coach McNeely.
How about this for Vineland? Ball movement and set, and they just lost it. And Will Breesy can't believe it. And
Harris checking in for Our Lady Mercy Academy. Fiocchi back in. Liv Fiocchi for Our Lady Mercy Academy. Dragone and Bernhardt go to the bench.
Minute 25, 9-point lead. Prescott, Harris double teamed. Fiocchi from the corner, no good. Rebound, Egypt Owens. And the double team, and Prescott came away with it, but she's out of bounds.
Yeah, but that's where you get yourself in trouble if you're Vineland High. That's a perfect example of how dribbling against the pressure is allowing the double team and the trap to take place. Okay, if you pass the ball against it, that doesn't happen. But Our Lady Mercy Academy, unfortunately for them, it went off them, and it's going to be Vineland basketball.
Tom McNelia will take a timeout. He has 2 left. And we have 1:13 to go. And a 9-point game. Vineland is in front. Good ball game today here on BFA.
Yeah, we said it was going to be, and it's certainly living up to that billing.
So the game reset here. Brought to you by Toyota of Vineland. 50-41 is the score. The arrow goes to Vineland. 9 team fouls for Olma, which means the next one will put Vineland in the double bonus. And with 6 team fouls, the next Vineland foul will put Olma on the line. So if you're Tom McNelia, what are you telling the girls now?
You're telling them to get a stop defensively first. We need a stop right here. It's important because a bucket right here may virtually put this thing away. We need a stop. We need a rebound, outlet, and go, and then do what we do on the offensive end.
Too soon to foul right away?
I don't think so. I don't know about right away, but you're going to be under a minute here if you don't. 9-point lead. You might think about that right here, yes. It's not too soon to foul, no.
So then let's look at the Vineland roster and who's on the floor. You've got Skylar Folks, you've got Destiny Wallace, Egypt Owens, Nellis Alvarez, and Sammy Jones. And there's a tie-up right away, so now Vineland gets the arrow. And that's big because now the next one would go to
Olma gets the arrow.
Oh, well, then we have the arrow in the wrong spot. Look at that. Here we go.
So it'll be Our Lady Mercy Academy basketball. Here we are.
Yes, it will. Palak for 3. No good. Rebound, Skylar Folks. What a game she has had. Might have got away with a walk there. And she's going to be free for that one from Wallace. Count it. And that might be the dagger.
Yeah, it very well could be, unfortunately, for Our Lady Mercy Academy. Folks able to obtain possession of the pass from the top of the key, right down the seam, score the bucket with the contact. She's going to go to the line for one.
Folks converts the three-point play, 18 points, and the lead is now up to 12. Drew Coyle wiped out. Watkins in the backcourt, and they get it to Wallace and over to Folks with 35 seconds left, and then Watkins was snuffed by Coyle. Alvarez with a follow, and she's fouled. So today's game, brought to you by Premier Orthopedic Associates, Toyota of Vineland, McMahon Insurance Agency, Tri-City Kitchens Elevations, Bottino's ShopRite, and Newfield National Bank. We want to thank all of our sponsors for Olma basketball and a good ball game this afternoon here in Newfield, and BFA Sports and our continuing coverage of high school athletics, and we want to thank all of those people to make it possible, and to you parents who can't be here, we hope you're enjoying the broadcast here on BFA Sports and on Facebook Live. Today's game was produced and directed by David Virgilio. Statistician, Brian Virgilio, which happens to be his brother.
I hear you.
Okay. Brandon Barbarino on camera. The coordinating producer of BFA Sports is Ryan Schumacher, and the executive producers of BFA Sports are Doug Stasic, Al Fisher, and Brian Murray. Down to 25 seconds left. Drew Coyle on the floor. Here's Jaden Harris in the corner, Fiocchi, and that's been like that all afternoon, partner.
Yeah, the second half especially. And I know Coach McNelia talks about one of the important aspects is getting shots off. Unfortunately, in the second half here, just not a lot of them went for Our Lady Mercy Academy, and it allowed Vineland to take over the game here in the second half.
I think it's a good, not obviously not the outcome, but I think it's good that they got to see how someone defended this new style of play that they have. And now, Tom McNelia is going to have to say, okay, how are we going to handle that part of it? They can't get through our press like that. What are we going to do to fix that?
And he will. He'll sit down, he'll make his adjustments, he'll watch the game, probably off of our feed, and and he'll sit down and write some notes down and figure out, hey, this is what we did wrong, this is what we did well, and we'll be ready to play, I believe, Bridgeton next week.
Vineland will go 4-0 with a 12-point win here this afternoon over the Villagers of Olma. Final score, Vineland 53 and Olma 41. And we take you back to our broadcast position here on the stage in Olma. Chris Losey, Steve Westcott. Observations, we've already made them already, but one key note here to remember, and that is that if those goals were achieved, the 75 shots, and I think that they were, more than likely the lid is not going to be on the hoop next time. So it was just one of those days that nothing went in the basket.
It was part of that in the second half especially, and it was part of, hey, sometimes you just got to shake the hand of your opponent. You may have gotten some things accomplished that you want to get accomplished in your system, and give Vineland High a lot of credit for the adjustments that they made in the second half. And they were able to immediately turn that halftime deficit into a 4 or 5 point lead. It ended up getting to double digits because of the lack of ball being able to go in on the opportunities by Our Lady Mercy Academy, and Vineland was able to close it out and get the win here today.
One thing I think is to note is the foul trouble thing, regardless of what style you employ. Sidney Prescott, that really hurt this offense.
There's no doubt about it. When you can't have your senior leader, when you can't have your point guard and captain/coach on the floor, out there to lead your team, especially when you're playing as many young kids as Our Lady Mercy Academy is. We've talked last night and today about all of these freshmen that are obtaining time and getting a lot of time for them. You need your senior leader out there, and unfortunately the foul trouble bit her today, and they didn't have that. And you're right, that definitely played a part in this.
Angie Dragone underneath did everything except score.
Yep, she did everything possible, and we've already talked about it, how good she is in there. Jaden Harris also. I'll tell you who else I thought played really well today was the young Paliclip girl. Yep. She had a really good game in here today, and hey, listen,
she couldn't buy a basket either, too.
In the first half, she got 2 or 3 to go down. In the second half, she did not buy one either. But she had a really nice day in here today.
So, the takeaways from this obviously are now you're 1-1. When do they play again?
I believe it's Tuesday at Bridgeton, against Bridgeton.
Okay.
I believe.
So we'll let you know when we're back on the air here. But for right now, I think it's a learning process, and not only for opponents, but now for this coaching staff, because now they're going to see how it was defended against and what they're going to do to counteract what they did, because again, I'm sure they made the turnover goal. That's with 17 in the first half.
I agree, and however, I also think and agree that they expected this. I mean, when you're putting in a system that's completely new, it's hard to do, especially with young kids when you're dealing with as many freshmen as they have playing. I think he expected days or nights like this, and he wants to see now what he can do to adjust and how his kids adjust.
It'll be interesting to see what he has to say after this game. But again, there was the foul trouble, and it was, quite honestly, they played an athletic team today.
They did, and they played against a team that was able to throw over top of the pressure. Not a lot of teams can do that. They were able to do that today. They had to play a team that was well-balanced, and Vineland High did a nice job, especially in the second half in here today.
Well, so that's our recap here today. Final score again, Vineland 53, Olma 41. So for the BFA Sports crew and for Steve Westcott, this is Chris Losey. Thanks for joining us this afternoon. Again, the final, 53-41, and we'll see you next time here on BFA.
Take care, all.